The Tower of God Season 1 recap. Let's get right into it. The tower doors open, and Rachel abandons the main character Bam to climb the tower. Bam follows after Rachel and meets this thing, Hedon, who gives him an almost impossible test, the ball. But he passes with the help of Best Girl and her weapon. After this, Bam faces the death match where he attracts the attention of these two, Best Girl and Best Crocodile Alligator. The first one joins hands with him out of curiosity, and the alligator is kind of forced to make a team with him. The examiner cuts down the number of participants by making them go through a barrier made of shinsu, basically energy. Shinsu is used by one position and part of a team, the wave bearers. More on that in another video. For some reason, Bam is not pushed back, and so he passes the test by default. Anak, this green girl, is the second one to pass. Bam, Kun, and Rak, the dream team, face the door test by the head examiner Han Sung-yu, Best Boy. They have to choose one of these 12 doors before the time limit runs out. Kun is overthinking, but of course, Best Crocodile/Alligator Rak just kind of walks through a door. He makes a decision for them, as he should. We find out that another test area also had a deathmatch overseen by another examiner, and only 3 people came out alive. A bit later, another voluntary bonus game is started. Anak, Hats, and Shibusu dominate with their team until Anak discovers that Bam has the Black March, the weapon given to him by Yuri Jihad in the very beginning of the show, in his possession. Her team is disqualified after entering another team's room, and they enter a bet over the weapon. Bam's team enters and takes control of the crown, part of the game, and Kun tricks their opponents and crowns Bam. More teams join the battle, and Rachel's team surprisingly helps Bam. In the end, they lose when Bam tries to help Rachel and unleashes an incredible amount of golden shinsu. Anak then takes the march from Bam, and after he recovers, he participates in the position selection, where you decide what position you are doing in a team. Fisherman, Spearbearer, Lightbearer, Wave Controller, Anima, etc. He is determined to be a wave controller because of his ability to manipulate the shinsu. He establishes a contract with the administrator, basically the gods of each floor, who tell him that the contract is technically a shackle for him, since he is, of course, an irregular, a being from outside the tower. Over the next few weeks, Bam and the rest train their respective positions and eventually are tested by their instructors. Eventually, we discover Anak's past during her match against Endorsi and how she's technically after revenge. While this is happening, Shibusu and Hats are gathering signatures for their friends list, and with Kun's help, they get Endorsi to join their little list. Oh, that's cute. The 28 regulars, who are people who are attempting to become climbers, have not passed yet and are divided into 2 teams for a tag test. They have to run away from the examiner before he takes their badge, or they have to take his badge to win. Team A is led by Kun, and they gave the examiner a run for his money, with Green Girl almost passing the test, but Kun betrayed his team in order to improve our main character's chances. Endorsi then leads the second team, Team B, and their plan is actually to make everyone else fail to ensure that she passes overall. Kind of a bitch move. Meanwhile, Quant is taking all the participants out, Hats included. Ho tricks Rachel in order to use her as a hostage. Quant arrives, the examiner, following the instructions of Kun in order to stop him. Ho threatens Rachel and forces Bam to fight against Quant. He stops Bam very easily with the Shinsu technique and leaves Rachel's rescue up to Bam, who promptly starts to rescue him. Rachel is hurt and Ho ends his life after telling Bam that he was jealous of him. Endorsi and Bam then come together to fight Quant in order to pass the test. She tricks him and steals his badge. Good job. Bam organizes a funeral for the man with the rest of his crew and promises Rachel that he will take her to the top of the tower. She apologizes to him. I hate this woman. Hansen Yu discovers the instructor, Yuga, is being impersonated by Lopo Bia Ren, Royal Enforcement Division Unit 67, who is there to recover the Green April and Black March, property of Anak and Bam, and eliminate Anak, Green Girl. The ones who pass the test are announced. Among the passing ones are Endorsi and Anak, 2 fishermen. Rock, a spearbearer, Shibusu and Hats, scouts, Bam and Leroux, wave controllers, Kun and Rachel, light bearers. However, because she's injured, Rachel can't go on. To help Bam, Kun takes the administrator's test, but it's revealed that only an irregular can take that test. This prompts Bam to reveal that he is an irregular. Ooh! All the other regulars that passed, including the ones not named above, agree to assist Bam and Rachel in the final test. This is an underwater hunt in which net dolphins hunt underwater fish for the net dolphin queen. Bam and Rachel will be among the fishes, and the rest have to ensure they are fed to the queen, who will spit them out. The rest must ensure that other creatures do not interfere, because a monster called the bull there is the biggest threat. Lopabia Ren interferes with the test by manipulating the bull. He then fights Anak and reveals that he's the one who killed her mother. On orders from Jihad, of course. Endorsi and Anak then join forces to face him. Yuri Jihad, best girl, arrives in time to help them. Yuri's team stops Lopo BRN. She gets back both the Black March and the Green April, but the assassins still manage to send a bull after Bam and Rachel. Bam manages to defeat the bull, but just before passing the test, Rachel throws him off a Shinsu bubble. This piece of shit. We experience everything that happened through Rachel's point of view. We find out that Rachel, who couldn't face the test, was hidden by Hedon and watched as Bam achieved what she didn't even try to do. This is in the very beginning. Hedon agrees to let her climb the tower, but she needs to end Bam's life. This piece of shit. To help her, he provided a bodyguard. We also learn that even though she does technically like Bam, she is incredibly jealous of him. By the end, Bam is presumed dead, and his friends find out that he negotiated with the administrator for all of them to pass. Enraged, suspicious, just in general, incredibly angry, Leroro confronts Yu and resigns, and brings Quent with him in order to find out the truth. Most of the others decide to team up and climb together with Rachel in order to honor Bam and bring change to the tower. Of course, Hua Yun finds Bam and offers to train him so he can climb the tower to find out what happened to him at the top. Bam claims he will climb and that he's not the only one who decides what the answers are. And that's basically it. You're all caught up to Tower of God. I hope you guys enjoyed, and if you did, come back for another video. Bye-bye.